to Relationship Flow with Covenant Amara. Thank you for joining this channel. Please hit on the red subscribe button to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for doing that. Now I want to address a particular question, okay? And I believe so many people are still having the same challenge. Okay, a situation whereby you're in love with a particular person, but tradition and the parents are kind of, standing barrier to that relationship. All right. Now, someone asked a question, but that he has been in relationship with this lady. Okay, they are from different tribes. All right, and this lady they have a certain tradition. All right, so they are thinking that this tradition, or their parents, the lady's parents may not agree to that relationship or marriage because of their tradition. Now I said to them, it depends on what the tradition is. Okay, everyone have tradition. Even families, immediate families, have their own tradition. Tradition is just a way you do things, right? It's a way of life, right? So if it's a kind of tradition you can adapt to or adjust to, fine, as long as it's not against your faith. If you're a Christian and this tradition is not against God or against your belief or against your faith, I don't think it's necessary for you to start thinking of adapting. If it's against your faith, I don't think it's something you need to adapt to. So it's either something you can adjust to or something you cannot. And if you cannot, you shouldn't force yourself. All right. And then you need to talk to your parents, the lady's parents. Let them also understand your reason. If you have a good reason to marry the daughter, if you can present a good reason why you can not adapt, well, like I said, it depends on what the tradition is, because that's the basic thing now. Okay, if they're into a core tradition or a tradition that says my daughter or my first daughter will not marry outside our tribe, okay, so whatever it is, if it's something you can change, you cannot change, then let the relationship go. Okay, I'll say let the that you fell in love with someone or a particular person does not mean you must end up together in marriage. You can see someone you flow together with very well, you fell in love, you're talking in respect to a relationship, and trying to build a relationship. Okay, but it does not mean you must end up together, because there are so many things to consider in a relationship before moving it into marriage. One is background. You should consider that. Okay, you should consider that. Will my parents accept this lady, or would her parents accept me this way or this tradition? You need to consider a whole lot before thinking of marriage. It's very important. Now, language barriers to some people is a big barrier. Then tradition, this culture. There's culture. There are some cultures that you don't even know how to start tackling them. Like it's a rule. Okay, some people some people in some areas is that my first daughter must marry before. Now, if the lady is a second daughter and the first daughter is not yet married, is either that marriage will be delayed or you don't get married to that lady. So these are different tradition. So whichever tradition, if it's some a tradition you can't change, or may take you a whole lot of time and energy to change, and you don't have that patience or time, just move on with your life. Move on with your life. There's no sentiment about it. There are still other ladies, other people that may fall in love with you. Okay, but if it's a kind of tradition you will want the parents to see reasons with you, and you move on with the same the relationship or marriage, fine. But there has to be a conviction, there has to be a mutual understanding and agreement between you, the lady, and the parents. Because I won't encourage or advise you to go against the parents' will. You can't move on with the marriage without the parents accepting you as a son-in-law or as a daughter-in-law. So you need to set certain things. But sometimes you don't also allow your emotions to get the better part of you. If it's a tradition you cannot abide by, rules you cannot abide with, just move on. But above all, there's nothing God cannot do. There is nothing God cannot do. If God has said, okay, through your relationship with this lady, this tradition will be broken, it's gonna be like that. Just keep trusting God and believing in God. Okay? But if you're not getting the right signal in that direction or towards marrying this girl, leave the relationship and move on with your life. I know you may have spent a whole lot of days and years. Pray to God. If it doesn't work, just go. That's my advice to you. Thank you. There are so many other questions coming on, alright? So we'll be handling them one at a time. Thank you for joining Relationship Flow with Covenant. I believe you picked something. If you still have your own question, just put it down. You can request for our email address or contact us via the number right below on our introduction. Our contact is right below this video. Okay, thank you once again, and God bless you.